So I know it's been distracting with all of the weird stuff happening with Donald Trump, but in case you haven't noticed, things in the House of Representatives are going very poorly for the entire Republican Party. In fact, I mean, just as an aside, there's literally no part of this country right now where you can point to and say, oh, things are going very well for Republicans. Whether it's with their state-controlled parties that are going bankrupt, their RNC that is now run by Trump's puppets that is also going bankrupt, whether it's their presidential candidate who is facing a criminal trial on April 15th, or, of course, the chaos in the House of Representatives. No matter how you slice it, things are really bad if you're a Republican right now. But Newsmax host Rob Finnerty wants more than just to point out the chaos. He wants answers, by God. And Mr. Finnerty is furious about the mass exodus of Republican lawmakers in Washington, D.C. So this week, Finnerty had the chance to speak on 2 separate occasions to 2 sitting Republican lawmakers, and he demanded answers as to why everybody's just resigning from Congress. The first one he spoke to was Republican Representative Andy Biggs. Mr. Finnerty asked, "In the House, Congressman, you think things are good for the Republican Party?" And Biggs said, I think that we get along better than most people would think. Really? Like, you've got members resigning left and right. I mean, reports almost daily about the constant infighting happening behind the scenes. You're like, well, we get along pretty well. I mean, things are good. And Finnerty was also, rightfully, not okay with that response. So Finnerty pressed him again. He said, "You understand why I'm asking, right? Kevin McCarthy abandoned you. Ken Buck abandoned you. Mike Gallagher just announced on Friday that he's going to resign on April the 13th. You've got a 1-vote majority. What's going on in the House?" So then Andy Biggs took a second and he responded, "Well, I don't know why Kevin left, and I'm not sure I know why Ken and Mike are. Mike's leaving and Ken left. I don't know why they're leaving. I don't think it's because of necessarily the things going on in the House, because all 3 of them knew we had a really thin majority anyways." So this Newsmax host, right? He's trying to help you. Like, help explain to the public why the Republican Party is in disarray. And Finnerty's not happy about it. And Andy Biggs can just be like, I don't know, man. People are leaving. Like, I don't know. I thought we were getting along. That's the best you got. That's your response. Your party is going down the toilet and you're just like, yeah, you see what I see, right? Yeah, we all see it. But then, after Biggs was off the air, Mr. Finnerty then had the opportunity to speak with Republican Representative Ralph Norman. So he asked Norman basically the same thing. Maybe Norman can give an answer. So Finnerty asks, "Your colleague, Mike Gallagher, just 40 years old," as if that has anything to do with anything, "announced that he's going to leave. He's not going to serve the next 224 days until the end of his term. He's going to abandon you, just like Kevin McCarthy abandoned you. Ken Buck abandoned you. You voted to oust George Santos. Your majority's now 1, which is really sad. What's going on with the conference?" Norman, much like Biggs, took a moment and then he said, "The people that are leaving us, they're putting America at risk by doing that." That's not an answer to his question. Listen, I don't agree with Finnerty, okay? Like, we're not anywhere near the same sides of any kind of political agreement here, but his question here is valid. And I'm glad that he asked these people these questions. It's your caucus. You're there every day. What is going on? And neither of these men, these sitting representatives, had an answer. They couldn't explain it. Like, well, I don't know. I mean, they're hurting America. Well, look at that. Whoa. You may as well have just stuck your thumb up your butt, because that would have been a better response than the one you gave. Good God, people. Come up with something. Think on your feet. What is wrong with you? Your party is in total disarray. People are going to ask you questions about it. So you got to have something better than all shucks, I don't know, because the questions are not going to stop.